So we are starting the session now, and if any one of you are joining slightly late, let me once again clear and introduce all of you about the topic and the seminar. This will be about the graphics creation IT 9626 area, and what all the way you will be going to learn the things and all the things what we have in the syllabus. Those all the things I will mention. Now this is me, Ashish Chatterjee, and I have completed the level 2 and level 1 for Google certification, and same way I have completed for Adobe level 1 and level 2. Now let's move ahead for the software, what we are going to check and what we are going to have the introduction about it. So I'll just put it on full screen so that you can understand and clearly check these all the things. So we have two things altogether. The one is Photoshop and then is AI. What you will take away from this session, let's check on the screen and get the idea about it. The vector images, we'll be going to use the layers to overlap the item. We'll be going to group the merges. We're going to merge the tools, and we'll be going to have rotation and place an item also. Same format, we will be use the transform tool to resize the thing, and same way we'll be using the selection area also. Now anyone, if you don't know what exactly the IT 9626 program is, that is information technology Cambridge area, where we have a dedicated paper to it. So I'm just covering those topic, and as well as I'm making you aware what all the way it can be going to work ahead. Now what takeaway you will get from this session, that's I have kept it on my screen. Same way these all the way you will be going to get these one. Now let's check what the outcome or what we are going to learn in this entire session. This is purely about IT 9626 area. If you just check on my screen and as well as on this area, the part what is highlighted that you can check is a thing which will be going to check on today's session area. Fine. So before we start, I want all of you to be in of the simultaneously in the one phase itself. So I'll be assign you to one of the Google Classroom which you can immediately join, and then you will get certain more output of it. So let me show you. This is the classroom area. It's only for this session. Fine. After the session will get over, the class will get dissolved. The code for this class I am giving you right now, where the product, where this particular image and everything I will assign you, such that you can quickly get the interface of it. So this is the one you can quickly join. You can go to the pupil area. You will be able to see you have joined the thing. What you require is just go to your profile, and there you have an option of join the class area. So why I am giving you the joining of the Google Classroom, I will assign you this task, and immediately you will get this particular picture. I will show you the way how exactly you can design it in less time frame, and same way what will the outcome of it. So each and everything will be quite interactive. So again I'll give you the code for the classroom which you can interact and you can remain in touch only for the seminar itself, only for the webinar itself, I'm sorry. So now let's just check. You can use this code to join the classroom, and once you are in a classroom, I'll assign the code. I'll give you the idea so that you get how exactly with the help of Google Classroom you can use it. So suppose for example this one which I have assigned a Google Classroom, this will be dedicated to you. I will go on classwork area. I'll assign one of the work for all of you, where the same task which I'm showing you right now here, this will be assigned and you will get it. So I'm just giving it like, let's say, snowflake. Fine. And this will be assigned to all of you, those who are right now in our classroom area. So even for the webinar also we can use these all the things, and the pupil, they can directly join on that area. So let me quickly admit all the members, those who are joining right now. We are good to go. We have 31 members. Those who have joined right now, let me give it to you once again the code for classroom. This is only for this session. Once the session is over, the class will get dissolved. How I am going to assign the work, let me show you. I'll just open the AI. Fine. And after opening the AI, I'm just going to give you a picture of it, and you supposed to design it. If you get a problem, I will be going to show you the part of it. This is the one what I required to be achieved, and how we can do that, each and every way I'm going to help you out. So let me quickly show you. And show the part like how it can be get it designed. So first I am just taking over here one of the snipping tool, and I'm just going to take a part of it. I'm not just taking the entire area, I'm just giving it, assigning it this one to everyone. So I'll just give it copy to it, fine, and I will save it on my system itself. So now I'm just assigning this screenshot to everyone. How I'll do that, once again I'll show you. The takeaway from this session is quite interactive, so make sure you all can take part. So I'll just assign the work right now, and you will be able to get immediately the outcome of it. So just check, I have just gone to the browse area, and then I'll be assigning the work to everyone such that everyone can receive. Like this is the screenshot I have uploaded, and once I will assign those who might have joined only for this session, even they will also get the part of this area. Now I haven't assigned any due date or any of the thing. So suppose for example those who have joined right now, you can check these all the members who have immediately joined. If you are slightly late for the session, let me give it to you one more time. The code, this is the code which you have on chat window. Now let's check. We will be going to achieve this part from the scratch, from the white part to this area. Same way we'll be going to do the part of this one also in the second assignment, and the third one, which is this one. Now we will be using the Google Classroom in order to achieve everything with the help of the outcome of IT 9626. So you can check, these are the learning outcomes. So how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to assign that, I will be open even the Jamboard also, where you can give your own questions or your own kind of the problem. So I am just starting one of the Jamboard, and the best part of the Google Jamboard or the Whiteboard is you will be getting invitation immediately, and the link will be provided on the spot. So suppose for example this is the one which I am opening to everyone, such that you can paste your own all those type of the question in a sticky note area, like kind of a Q and A kind of the session. So this will be remain interactive. You can keep your all the questions over here intact, and this rights I will give it to everyone only for the session. But you need to understand, if you are giving these right, that means you are giving somewhere down the line everyone the access. So you have to trust the source, and then only you have to assign it. So right now those all who are joining, they may be slightly late, but no problem. You have the link on the chat. If you just check there, you have the code. You can directly go over there and you can get the access of the Jamboard. Now if you are unable to get the access of Jamboard, please let me know, because I have not shared it. Once I click the share, it can change, means from here I have to change it out. Anyone with the link, they can able to do the work. So I'll just copy it and give you right now editor access. Although editor access is not suggestionable, but I am giving only for this session so that everyone can interact and they can write their questions, and at the same time it can be remain with us. So you can check quickly. Right now we have certain members who have already joined, and the link also you are getting it. Now let's quickly start. Till the time I'll start the things, you can immediately keep your questions and answers ready. If you are able to answer it out, fine. If you are able to get the questions, you can. So let us start without further more delay. Here you can check all these members they have. You can immediately take the different slides and you can write your all the questions related to AI, Adobe Illustration. But you can check, we all are right now part of the same class which I have assigned to everyone, and everyone is getting the access to it. So if you don't have the access of Classroom, once again I'll give it to you in chat window. You can check. We will be great itself. Will be going to just design one of the AI tool. You can just check. This is the one, the outcome of it, what you will be going to receive it. And for this I have given you interactive class also, the Google Classroom, where we will be all be going to interact and then we'll do the work. So for this I have assigned the Google Classroom code. If you don't have the code, you can just check on the window, the chat window I have given you, and then let's start with that part. So let's just check. I'm starting my AI and we will be start from this scratch itself. This is the outcome what we'll achieve afterward. Fine. Now let's check. We'll close it. Let's start the work, and this area. Now what we are going to do is in AI, we'll do the work and after the work is get executed, we'll export it, and in our classroom wall we'll check how many of you have submitted the task. If you are slightly missed it out what we are doing it, let me explain one more time and then we can move ahead for this area. So what I am showing you right now is the IT96 area. The takeaway from this session will be you will be able to understand the vector images, how the vector images work, and same way how the image overlapping and merging, rotation, these all the things are there, and same way how to crop the film and how to work with these all areas. Now let's check and understand the part of the AI. I'm going to design the one of this thing. From the scratch, the white surface area will be there, the canvas area, and then we'll be design this part. So furthermore, without delay, let's start and check the part of it. Till that time, if you get any questions, you can write even on this area. You can go and quickly take a sticky notes and you can write your questions so that after the session gets over, there we can interact. You can just keep your questions, masking or any of the questions what you have one by one. You can keep it in this. So within the session, we will be interact with everyone. Now let's check. The very first thing what you require in this entire grid area is to keep the two settings on. One is the smart guide layer and one is the guides tool if you require. If you don't require then leave it. Fine. Now next part is on your grid, which is the Control R, the shortcut key. Now Control R, why we are doing it, such that we can get we are center of the stage. Once you are center of the stage, you can just drop the thing how the way you want, such that you can check whether everything is center of the stage or not. Now let's check. We'll go to this area, we'll take a start tool and we'll hold down the shift key. Now in this area, let's say suppose you want a center screen. So let's say this is, we have designed it, and now you can check. We are right now on the center of the screen area where we have designed one of the star. Now this star is only for support purpose. We don't require exact help of it, or we don't require exact the thing of it. Now what you require is just over here. Let's say suppose you want a gray color, double click over here and select a slight gray color on that so that we can get an effect of it. Now you can keep it aligned to the artboard, and then you can keep it horizontal align and vertical align also. Once we are good to go ahead, what you require is take a line tool. From here you can take a line segment and you can attach these all the anchor points. So this will help us in later on stage to merge and match the settings so that we are aware, this is the way we have to divide and we have to design our work. So once you are good to design with this thing, lock it. The reason is we don't require rest of the setting. Now let's say suppose the Jamboard which I have opened for all of you. If you remember, the creative use of the Jamboard is the same time when you are on your class, you can give a work in progress to your students such that they can check, they can match and they can follow the exact format. If any kind of problem is there, they can immediately contact or they can immediately work on that area. So suppose for example you want to take a screenshot of it, you can take a screenshot and attach the screenshot on this area itself. So I'll show you, like take a snipping tool from here and you can take a kind of this is the work in progress, the first area. So I'll just copy this one, maybe I'll save it on my desktop. Fine. Now in this area, this is my first file, so I have saved it, and now same thing, I'll attach it on my Jamboard. So this will help my student and as well as the other member to understand how the entire work is going on. So you can click on add images. Now go on the browse area, select the file which you are teaching to your student and try to give it the access to that file area. So I have the file over here, so I'll attach it as the work in progress, the first slide. So you can keep this settings and you can keep it like this is the way it will be going for the first slide. So you can use the sticky note and you can write the first stage. This way you can teach any of the subject whichever the way you want. You can use the Google Classroom and interactively way you can teach your student, and as well as you can keep the session very interactive. So this is our first stage. Now second one stage, let's check. we need to lock this layer. We don't require to work on this area. Now what you require is come over here, take a rounded rectangle. Once you are on rounded rectangle, make sure you take a new layer, and in this area, in rounded rectangle, you can hold down the shift key, fine, and then just the way you want, you can design a part of it. Like let's say suppose I have designed with this one. Now what I required is I want over there the black color to be applied, and then I want even the inside area also the black color supposed to be there. Now let's say suppose this thing is over here itself. I'll try to keep it center of my stage. I will not be try to keep it any different area. Once you are good to go ahead on this area, you can slightly zoom in with Ctrl plus as the shortcut key and hold down the space bar in order to scroll down. So these shortcut keys are very important because this will help you a lot in order to do your work quickly. Now let's say rounded rectangle I have selected. Now in rounded rectangle, this area we will be going to just create one of the short circle. Let's say this is the area we have created. Fine. Any questions or doubt you have, you can unmute and ask. Any questions to anyone about any of the shortcut keys what I have shown you? I have given you 5 shortcut keys so far. The one shortcut key is Ctrl plus, which is like you can zoom, and at the same time Ctrl minus, which is you can zoom out. Like you can check here, Ctrl minus is for zoom out and Ctrl plus is for zoom in. Same format, if you press the space bar, you can just go ahead and you can do the things. If you are working on very high resolution file, you want to just scroll around, so you press the space bar and then you can do the work. Now next part is we will rotate this thing. So how you can do that? Just take a cursor tool, come over here and hold down the shift key. As soon as you will hold the shift key, you can check. This is the way this kind of angle will appear. Means 45-degree angle we want to rotate it. So this is the way you can check. It's appeared over here. Now what we required is just press over here to the area where you want and press the Alt key in order to duplicate. Once you get the things, then you just need to press the Ctrl D and that's it. You are good to go ahead. What I press over here, the 2 shortcut keys. One is to Alt to copy it out and one is Ctrl D to duplicate it. Now the next process is we will select the entire part of it. Like let's say suppose that this is the thing. We'll select from here. Now these all the things, either you can go on object and from the compound path you can make it the one of the compound shape. Now what we required is a rectangle tool and you can draw the rectangle path in this way itself. Like this is the rectangle our tool, and what we required is we will be doing a cut from here. So select this one and select the part of it and go over here and press this thing. So we are good to go ahead with our selection area. So any questions or doubt you have, you can write. I will take one more screenshot and put it on Jamboard because this will innovatively going to help all the students in your class, and as well as it will make you clear and to your student also clear, okay, what all the stage and what all the area they supposed to do the work. So I'm just saving it as second.
The AI is not free app, it is paid basically.
Yes. So you can use GIMP also, and even you can use the any other software also. So now let me attach the second screenshot. So I'm just going and attaching a second screenshot, which is the second work in progress file. So any question or doubt if you have, please you can unmute yourself and ask. So now see,
we have any other software like Illustrator which is free?
Ma'am, you can use the GIMP. Even the Cambridge also says the same way. Like you can either use AI or either use the GIMP. So GIMP is that is the open source one. But yes, the outcome may not be the same what you may get even for the Cambridge area. So this what we had, that was the first stage. Now what we going to have, that is a second stage. So this way you can keep your class a slightly more interactive, and your students, they can keep on post their own screenshot also. Suppose for example, if anyone is working along with me, they can go to the second slide and they can write their name, and you can simultaneously keep your also the progress on that area. So this is our second stage. So let me draw and keep the area. So this is the second stage. Fine. And this way you may keep your class more interactive. Now let's say suppose this same share link, what I'm going to do is those who might have joined right now, for them I will once again keep it on the chat window, such that if you missed it out or certain things, so I can quickly give you the link of it. Now as you can check on my screen, we are almost good to achieve our design. But how? Let's check for the third phase. But this is the area what we have kept it for the second stage area itself. So I'll post the link once again on chat, and if you have any questions or doubt, you can ask. I'll simultaneously going to handle any questions or doubt till now to anyone. Shall we move ahead? Any questions or doubt to anyone?
Sir, we need a recording of this, sir.
I'll upload the recording in my YouTube channel, and this same recording is right now going on, and once everything will be edited, I'll upload it after the session and you'll get the recording. So now let's check this area, sir.
Time, sir, watching from this and doing simultaneously.
Yes, I do understand, sir. Certain times it will be not that, but I kept it only for the teachers. So the thing is, maybe you may able to do it slightly faster rate itself, but still if you get a problem, don't worry, I'll just upload the thing and give you the instructions in the same time itself. Now let's check. Once we are good ahead to do all the process, we need to mirror it, because without mirroring the entire process will not be that easy. So how we'll do that? Let's check. We'll come over here, select the anchor point. This is the anchor point. What you need is come to this area. The shortcut key for this is Ctrl+O. So automatically this reflect tool will on. Now what you require is hold down the Alt and just press the tool of it. Automatically this dialog box will appear. What you require is just press the copy and it will appear next to that area. Now what we need is select this part, select this one, and come over here, unite your object, or press the Alt and click on it, it will unite the thing. So now next thing is very important. If you missed it out, you will mess around with the entire object or the design itself. Let's say suppose we need to replicate it. Fine, we need to make it replicate from this, and as well as this. Means 5 times replication is required. But from here, most of us, even the candidates also, they do the same mistake. You need to check that how you want to replicate it. If you have selected the tool properly, fine. If you want to place it aligned to the center, you can. If you want to press this one, then it will move to the down. So don't press this one, otherwise it will go to the down area. So let me repeat once again. If you are keeping it aligned to the center or aligned to the stage area, that's fine. But don't do it aligned to the middle of the center area or vertical align center. Don't press it, otherwise it will shift from that. Now let's check. Once we are good ahead, once we are good to do all the things, what you required is select your object and select this way. Go to over here, effect, and then distort and transform area, and their option is there, transform. But if you do this one, you'll get one problem. So first let me show you the problem and then give you the rectification or solution to it. If we go to the transform right now, you can check that this particular dialog box up here. You can go over here, click on the copy and select the thing. So how you can do the calculation? Go to the calc. Fine, here in this area, let's say suppose you write a 360 because we need a 360 degree, and then you need a 5 copy of it, right? So you divide by 5 and you'll get the axis. So you need to understand how the way you want to copy it out. Fine. So any questions or doubt you have, please let me know. If you want to make it a certain other way, so you can also draft that part. So let me do it right now 60 degree and let's check the preview of it. What's the outcome? Now let's check. If we click on preview, everything will be on that same place. This we don't require. Even if you click on this, you can check how the outcome is. Although it is perfect, but not up to that mark. So what you required is check, understand this problem, and then you can give the resolution or the problem solution to you. On this part, the way we are on the AI, this area, You can do this entire thing, but click on this area and click it target. The best way and why we are doing it, the reason behind that is once you press this one, you can check. Click to the target, drag to move the appearance. So this will remain in a target point. Now if you go to, let's say, effect, distort and transform, and this area transform. Now if you try it with, let's say, suppose we want a 5 copy, and then we want angle area 60, and let's review it. So say this area only it is happening, but at the same time you can change the preview point of it. Now let's say suppose you want to resize anything, you can press, and part of the way how you want to resize, it will be going to give the impact. So you can check. Everything is actually part of mirror effect only. So any design you will touch and you will do the work, it will be give impact to it. So let's check. This is our design. We have selected this part. Let's say suppose this is the part we have. Anything which you will do the edit on that area, it will be going to give an impact to it. Let's check. We'll slightly make it this way so you can check. This is how it's giving the impact. Now same way, if you want to slightly make a part of it, so I'm working right now on the layers area, so try to observe my screen, check, then only you will be able to. Now see, I am selecting the multiple all these things, and then you can decrease down such that you can get the effect of it. So this is the way we can design any sort of the thing. So I believe we have achieved our first target, that was this area. You can just check the very first screen which I have shown you, this one, that we can achieve. We can reduce down and that will be achieved on that area itself. So any questions or doubt you have, please let me know, and I want that if you are able to finish it up your work, you can submit your work. So let me check if anyone has submitted for that area, the snowflake. So right now you might be working on it. Let's say suppose I want to assign one work to everyone. Find the final outcome of it. So what I can do is I can go to the stream area. Let's say suppose as a teacher I can go to the classwork, then I can go to the, let's say, material. Now material is only when you want to give them a particular target, or let's say suppose once the everything is over, so then you can give it. So let's say I want to upload right now the file of AI which is final outcome of it. So first let me save the file and then upload the version of it. So like right now this is the file I have. I'll go file save as, and I'll just give it, let's say, test, and save it in my desktop. Some of the persons are joining right now, so okay, let me allow. Now let's check. This direction or this dialog box will appear. You have to click OK and then it will be on that area. So now let's check. I am uploading one of the work for all the students. Currently on this area I am uploading only for teachers. So let's say suppose the test file I have uploaded. So this is 1 MB file. Fine. So this 1 MB file I am uploading to a certain time frame. I'm not uploading, let's say suppose I have written AI and I still have some members. Let me add it all and then check. So now let's check this area. You can go for post or you can schedule it, like how the way you want that student should get the file, that way you can schedule it up. Even for free for workspace, Google also provide this setting. So suppose for example 2 August I don't want, I want it to be right now, but I want to be get it, let's say suppose 06, and let's say after 34 or 35 I want to give the files to everyone. So now this is coming as like in future, the reason is actually it will select only that. So once again, it may not take the exact time. Yes, now you can check. It's going, if I click on schedule, it will be automatically going to appear on all the students area, but after a certain time, not on the same time itself. So you can check, this is scheduled for 1838, means at 6:38 you will receive the material, not now. So class, I believe teachers, this might be very useful for all of you, that you can schedule the work for all your students within the class but after a certain time frame once it's get over. So I've opened the Jamboard for all of you. If you have any questions or doubt, you can write, and then you can understand how you can integrate these all the things. Any questions or doubt you have? Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, instead of Jamboard, we can use Padlet also, right? Almost similar, right?
Yes, exactly. You can do that part, but like couple of times, people they have the kind of hesitation that okay, why should I go to the any other site, or whether that is safe or not. And this area is actually, the things are actually within your area itself. You click it, you get the things, and everyone, as you can check, I'm not aware about who they all are. So they have the access, they can come to over here and they can do it. Pretty much Padlet also serve the purpose, sir. Yes, please.
I put the task also, the star, and then I made that application on top. Yes. But while selecting, you will select the star as well as this also.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you see on the Jamboard? I made so selection is also very important, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
While
yes, sir.
you said no, the selection part.
Yes, sir.
You select the entire things.
Yeah.
Along with the star.
Yes, sir. Now I'll repeat it once again, but yes, actually we have a very limited time frame. I just kept it only 1 hour. So what I'll do it, I will upload this entire recording in my YouTube channel, and you will be able to just go through with that area and you can able to do that. But I'll quickly show you how exactly this can be get it done. So I'll just do it the undo.
I did in the other way, sir. Using Cambridge method.
Yes.
Posted, right?
Yes, sir.
How to prepare the smoke.
Right, sir.
That way I did, but this is the first time I'm seeing.
Yeah, actually this method, why I'm using it, candidate will be very easily and very fast they will be able to do that.
Yeah,
like
speed is important.
Yes, because the main problem is how fast the candidate are solving, that you have to do. Because in 2022 paper, means what the future upcoming is, they have kept it more hard. If you just check the material area, the things will be quite hard on that area. So now let's check on this. We have selected the thing. Now let's say suppose we can select on the point where you want to. The shortcut key for that is Control O. You can press that one and make sure you remain on the anchor point. I'm sorry, I have certain more members, so let me admit. And now let's check. In this area, let's say suppose the anchor point is in this. You can select while selection of the reflect, and make sure you press the Alt and then click over here. You will get this dialog box. Immediately you can able to replicate it like vertical, and then you can keep it okay, and then this will be going to copy it that area. Now you supposed to unite it, this and as well as this area. So how you will unite that? Just there is Pathfinder. If the Pathfinder gets off, you can click on window and keep your Pathfinder on once again. So the shortcut key for the Pathfinder is Shift, Ctrl and F9. So we have here, we will unite it. Once we united the thing, so make sure wherever you are working, that layer you have to check very carefully. Like we are right now in this area. So suppose this is the one we have started. So you can select probably this part, go to the object, and there you can go to the make one. This you require only for one time, not for the multiple time. So let's say select this part, go to the effect, distort, and you have transform object. You can come over here. Let's say we require a 5 copy. Come over here, select it 60, and give it a preview to it. So currently we have everything on that same area. If you change a pivot point to it, and you will get the design on that same location. So that's how you can achieve the thing. So now shall we start the second assignment one? If you have more questions, you can ask. Now I believe after 2 minutes you will get the material. So where I have assigned already the AI file, which everyone will get immediately. So you can check the uses of Google Classroom and as well as certain area. This will be going to give a huge lot of work if you are right now maybe on Zoom, if you are teaching your student everything on Zoom area. So maybe you may not be able to, although there also you have an option, go to the assignment and you can attach the files, but you cannot schedule it over there. So the same thing that is possibly you can do it with the help of here Google Classroom, and once you can check the schedule will be posted, everyone will get a notification. So again, I'll request, if you haven't joined the classroom right now, so I'll give you the code in chat window and you can join quickly such that you can interact. So anyone, if you have submitted your work, please let me know in chat. Anyone, have you submitted? Like this one, you'll get it after certain time, but what we have with this area, this was the previous one, and now in this also, let me give it to you one more help or one more kind of the thing. As soon as if I get a work over here, like previous class or the previous webinar where I have shown that one of the tasks was there, and the task I received over there, the one immediately one of the submission, so I can give over there a kind of audio feedback to the candidates, those who are on that particular webinar itself. So suppose, for example, let's say suppose I want to give it to any particular member, any of the assignments. So you can check on my screen, there is a one of the kind of record button. So this I can record and give it to everyone, any kind of announcement, even after the webinar, even after the like your class gets over, in that case also. So quickly I'll give you the feedback link such that anyone, those who have questions or doubt or anything, they can get back to me, or anywhere if you have any kind of questions you can let me know. I'll quickly write on the chat window the feedback form. You can just fill the feedback form. Till that time we'll move ahead for the next assignment. Now let's check. The next assignment one is slightly more trickier than the one which I have right now shown you. Like let's say this is the part. You can go to here, whichever the portion you have edited. If you want further edit of it, you want to reduce it down, let's say like this way you want to reduce it, come to over here, make it center of the screen area itself. But see, this problem will be remain. If we have kept it, still that this problem will remain. So you have to make sure that once you are assigning it, you don't group it, otherwise that this problem will remain. Fine. So again, I'll show the part of it. Let's say suppose this is the one. We'll assign it same way. Let's say you want to more make it. So these all the two things are there. And now if you want to rotate it out, go over here once again, come to the transform area, and now in this you can give it copies, like we want 5 copies, want to give it 60 degree, let's say preview of it, so you have the preview, and same way if you make it on center, so it will go to this area. But now the problem is, you can check it's going somewhere shift from one area to other. So this problem only can be sorted with the help of, once you come over here, select the layer where you are working on it. So I'll delete the rest also, so that the confusion should not remain. So we are working on layer 2. Fine. Only this layer you have to select and keep it this one. You can check. Click to target, drag to move appearance. Once it's selected, then you go to this area and press this one. Otherwise the problem will remain the same as it is. Come over here 5 and let's say 60 degree. Now you can preview it. This we have the preview, and come to over here and now see. The problem is sorted. So this question you will get again from your students, that whenever I am dragging my entire particular thing, the object this drawing is happening on that same area. So any teachers, if you have any confusion, you can let me know. The problem, how I sorted it, how the solution can be. If you have any confusion, you can ask please. Any question? Can we move ahead for second design?
Sir, I just only want to ask you, only select the layer 2, I think, for sorting out this problem. Am I right?
Yes, but make sure in that layer you have to click on this circle, which is click to target and drag to move appearance.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Any other question or doubt to anyone? You can ask, no problem. Okay, now let's move ahead. We can check the next part. The next design, let me show you on my screen and you'll get a better idea. Like this was the first one which I have shown you. Now you can check on my screen, actually I have kind of this 3D perspective. So how to get this 3D perspective? You can just come over here. There's an option called perspective. You can just click on Shift P and you'll get effect. What's the use of it? Let's you can check how the way in the settings or how the way the entire thing is there. So I'll request once again, if anyone, those who might be leaving, for them I'll give the class code once again and as well as the feedback once again. You can just give the feedback, and then if you have any questions or doubt, or like if you have any other work, so you can fill the feedback form and then you can. Now let's check the use of this perspective is, you can check whether each angle everything is proper or not. But if you want to make it off, you have to just click on hide grid and then this will get off. Now let's move ahead and check the second design of it. The second design is quite complicated, so if you don't check properly, you may not be able to achieve that. Now second design seems like a like kind of looker and plot one, but you can achieve that. How? Let me show you. Now in this area, let's say suppose this is my design. I'll go to over here, I will switch it off, only the thing which I don't require, like I don't require this one part. Then same way, let me get match with this area, even I don't require the other part of it, so let's switch off the part. Let's say we don't require this also, even we don't require this part also. So you can check how the way we have designed it, only the last part is required. So I'm sorry, so last part, let's keep it on. This is our last part. Now same way, let's check that this last part, if you move it right now we cannot, fine, but if you break apart then you can. So let's check, this is the part, come over here and slightly keep it this one, so it will remain to next to that area itself. Fine. Now let's check the next new layer. I'll insert and I'll go to here, a rectangle tool, hold down the shift key such that you can get a cube shape. Once we get a cube over here, what you required is come over here, give it a stroke, means we don't require over there any of this thing. Now let's check. Once you get this particular stroke, you can come over here and stroke, give it 5. So this 5 point will be slightly more highlighted. Now if you want to rotate it, take a cursor tool, come to over here, hold down the shift key and rotate from this. So you can check the 45-degree angle we rotated it. Now same way, what we required is come to over here in effect, and there is an option called distort and transform. Go to the quicker and blot, and this area you can slightly click on this and you'll get the effect. So you can check the effect is ready-made and available to that area. Now once you reach to this area, you're supposed to make it center of it. So how you can do it? Either manually, but manually if you do it, it may not be come across that part. So what you can do is just click on horizontal align center. This will come to the center area itself, but don't press this one, otherwise it will shift to the center area of it. So I'm just showing all the aspect of the angle itself. Now once you are good to go ahead with this part, we want to make it replication of it, right? One replication over here, one replication over here, one replication over here. So how we'll do that? So the best way is to doing these entire thing is, you can come over here on this, fine, reflect tool area itself, but make sure you select the center pointed and then press the Alt from the keyboard. This Alt will give you something like this one, but we don't require now the vertical thing. We wanted a kind of horizontal, and let's check a preview of it. So see, we got this thing. Once we press copy, so we'll get a copy of it. If you click OK, then we'll get this thing. Now observe in my area, I did one mistake that was purposefully so that you can understand. Now I have these two things in my area, but they are not rotated properly. So you need to keep this thing in mind once you are doing your work. Either you can fully satisfy it, then place it, because this is entire replication of it. So let's say suppose once we design it, let's say suppose this is the part, we have just made it slightly, let's say kind of this way. So this will get bigger. Place it to the center of this area. Now you want to replicate it, come over here, let's say suppose Ctrl O and just on center of this area, hold down the Alt, then only the dialog box will prompt you. Now click copy, but make sure you do it. I'm sorry, I just pressed it the wrong one. So just select this part and horizontal we have to do it and copy. So we get the two things. Now what we required is select this one and as well as this thing, and you can click on this part or click on this one, so you can check how the way it's working. See this and this. You can select these two things and you can unite them. Fine, this way you can unite them so they will be remain all together. Now you can go to the effect area. Let's say this is the effect. Go to the distort area itself, go to the transform, and you will get this dialog box. Now what we required a 2 copy of it. So just give it 2 copies, and now let's say suppose we want an angle, so you can give it 60-degree angle and click a preview of it, and you see it's been done. Now the one problem is there. The problem is actually this entire thing what we have over here. This is in different layers. Fine. We want to select each part of it and transform them all together. Fine. So how we'll do that? So go to the go to the object, and there you have expand appearance. So again I'll show you object and expand appearance. Here you have the expand appearance. Once it appears, right click over here, go to the transform, and in this area you can click rotate. So we can rotate it at, let's say, 30-degree, and this will be rotated on that area itself. So that's how the thing is. Now the one last part that I'll show it immediately, it will take very less time. That is just, let's say suppose you can select one of the elliptical tool, come over here, hold down the shift key, and you can create any sort of this way. Keep it to the center, this also the center. If you want to change the shape or brush of it, you can just come over here, right click and select the brush type, whichever the brush you want, and just select the type of it. You will get the effect of all the brush. So let's say this is the decorative and area I have. So any of the brush type you can select, automatically it will take that area itself. So scatter one I just selected. So let's say suppose I selected only a part of it. So automatically the way you will select it will appear. You have to hold down only the thing and just select. So see, it will be going to work as the way you will select. The way you will click it, all the things will appear on that area itself. So that's how all the 3 assignments are. You can fill the form, and thank you so much for joining the thing. If you have any questions or doubt, you can ask, and we will be going to have the same kind of sessions even in future also. So if you have any questions or doubt, please let me know. What we covered in this webinar itself, you can check the learning layers and all. Certain things we will do it in next class or maybe in the next webinar session itself. So you can check what all the way we achieve these things. Any questions if you have, you can unmute and ask. And please fill the form. That will be a good help for me to overcome and like change the certain things which you like or maybe dislike. So just click over here in the form and fill it out for me. So it will help me a lot in order to improve and go through the part of it. And you can mention your name or LinkedIn profile details, such that I'll tag you on the webinar link itself. So any questions or doubt you have, you can ask. Still we have 10 minutes time. You can ask. Sir, yes, please.
Sir, is there just available copies of just for nice exercises?
Sir, I am trying to provide all the things whatever the way possible in my YouTube channel, and as well as I am providing all the details in my Telegram ID also, which I have already kept it over here. If you just check, this is my Telegram ID, and at the same time I'll provide my channel information to you right now, so that you can just check and you can join over there. So I'll provide each and everything.
Yeah. So because Illustrator, sir, is very vast. Because
Yes,
we are
sir.
using IT, Excel, Access,
Yeah.
all of this Photoshop, and we are not expertise. We are teaching programming and graphics is not our cup of tea subject, but we
Right.
learn as per our exam pattern. But
Yes.
every year they are making complicated, so we have to teach entire in-depth sometimes.
Yes, sir. I
But
can
this time I faced
understand.
a globe.
Yeah.
Masking we have done, but they have done the globe in a different aspect. They have to do like,
Right.
copy. So
Right.
it was totally new every time.
Yeah, so that is why, sir, I have come up with these all the webinar session, which will be completely free for all the teachers. I will be in the future going to keep it even the short format also, such that like 1 minute you can check before your class and quickly you can do the thing before your class itself. So you can just go and join my channel, and at the same time, future I will be going to have same PD session for all of you. So this format is quite different and quite unique. I will be create a webinar. I will call open teachers. Whosoever wants to join, they can join. It's only for teachers and free for everyone. Fine, not for any student. This is so it is for only teachers. So they can quickly go through this area. I will assign you even support material and support files also. So you can check even the classroom wall area. I have assigned already the final file of it. So you can check. This is the way we can even in futures going to have lot of things.
So where will get your materials, sir? In YouTube channel itself, or
Sir, even in YouTube channel and as well as in my Telegram ID also. Once you will fill it automatically, here you will get my handle. The Telegram handle is already over here. I have
and
kept
sir,
it.
the
Yes,
prescribed
please.
Cambridge book also are they providing teachers this thing? What is
So
it?
currently it is not available. That is the huge problem. Even all teachers, they are facing the same kind of a thing. So that is why this thing has given me idea that okay, we must come up with the teachers community, this thing where we all can interact, and you can ask maybe certain time in future we can interact and have these all the kind of sessions.
Thanks for your initiatives.
Yes, welcome. And please, I would request once again, if you haven't filled the form, please fill it. I've given the link on the tag area itself, means as well as in the chat window. So let me know.
Sir, thank you so much. It's very, very good session. I filled the form too, and I'm in your Telegram, channel too. I just have a query. Do we have A-level IT soft copy book available?
No, ma'am. Currently, it is not available. I'll try to arrange from all the teachers' material, whichever the way it's possible. But currently, it is trial version only for one chapter they have provided.
Yes, chapter 12. That is impact.
Yes, ma'am.
That I have, but rest I don't have.
Yeah.
Anyway, sir, thanks a ton. I'll definitely join other illustrator session.
Sure.
That previous person said, "Na, we are not basically the designers.
Yes,
we work
yes,
with
yes.
programming, Excel,
Yeah,
Excel, and Cambridge every year added a new difficulties.
Right, ma'am. And this is really very challenging to some extent for a lot of teachers. Although Cambridges keep on evolving lot of new things, but I'm sure this will be going to help it out. And even in next webinar, I will try to create certain things which is not copyrighted one, such that we can solve, because we cannot directly solve the past paper on the channel itself and we can upload the thing. The reason is the Cambridge copyright material, we cannot use those one. So that is why I'm creating my own assignment, but they are somewhere down the line. It will be going to help you with this area itself. Like I'll show you in this area, I've created my webinar poster, which is with the help of the Photoshop. Yeah, ma'am.
Also,
Yes.
what is the link of your YouTube channel?
Ma'am, I have just now given to everyone, and if you will fill the form, there also I have provided the YouTube channel link.
But after that,
Yes,
I
please.
just quit it after filling it.
Yes,
It's
please.
by your name, I look for it. It's by your name only.
Yes, ma'am. It's with my name. So even on this Photoshop one, if you check, I've tried to create it all different layers, and then I've tried to kept it out.
Yes, it's actually visible for us.
Yes.
There's so many layers, layer 5, 7, there's so many, 5.
Yeah. So this will give you the yes,
yeah,
please.
you put each and every object in different layers, right?
Yes, ma'am. And you have to teach actually the students that what's the use of actually every use of it. Like for example, if you check here, the Adobe layer is with the one of the tags. So the meaning is it's asking for rasterized layer. even if you check, that thing is already kept in their textbook area. What is the rasterization, they have mentioned it on this area. So these the things, and I will not be maybe that much able to show right now because those are the content, copyright content, the things. So you just need to understand.
It means we have to
Yes.
teach them Illustrator and Photoshop both.
Yes, ma'am. The reason is there are past paper where they have tried to given one of the picture. Fine, you have to crop it first, then you have to bring it as a PNG file to AI, and then you have to do the work. So if they don't know how to crop the entire thing, if they will start entire process in AI, it will be very time consuming and they will be unnecessarily wasting their precious, I believe, 20 minutes, because in AI if you'll cut the entire thing, it will take huge time. But in Photoshop, yes please, in Photoshop you can do the entire cutting more fast.
Okay, fine. One more thing, sir, please share the YouTube link of your channel also in the chat if possible.
Yes ma'am, right now only I'll just share it out. So any questions or doubt to anyone, please ask once again if you have.
If it is possible, can you please demonstrate the, this current specimen paper 2022 paper?
2022 paper, right ma'am. So
Specimen paper.
right ma'am, I got it.
Next video of yours, if it is possible.
Sure. I'll be try to create it, and I will try to create that one for today. So any questions or doubt, if you have, you can let me know. Even you can write on this area, so you can check how the way with the help of Google Classroom you can interact. You can keep your sessions more interactive, and at the same time you can keep all the students engaged at the same time itself. So I have shown you plenty of these things. So any questions or doubt you have, you can let me know, and then we can wind up the session.
Just only YouTube channel link, sir.
Yes ma'am, I have just given in the chat window itself. You can just go and you can subscribe and you can check.
Thank you so much.
Yes, welcome ma'am. Yes, welcome. So I believe we can wind up the session over here. Thank you so much all of you for joining on this webinar, and we will be going to have these all the webinar even in future also. Even any one of you would like to take or would like to present the same way, please let me know. I am connected with the help of the Telegram. I have already provided my ID, and all the link I will provide it in this video description at the down itself. So thank you so much once again for watching this.